Hey happy people. So today we are going to be making a cheesy garlic scalloped potatoes, and we are going to alkaline it. So we need BURRO bananas for our potatoes. So I do have some green BURRO bananas. You do not, they're green, but these right here turn a little yellow, but they're not as green, but the ones that I actually cut up are all green. But green BURRO bananas, you do not want the yellow because the yellow is sweet. If they're soft, you don't want to use those because it'll be hard for you to cut them up. But green BURRO bananas, green as you can get, and that is going to be the base of our recipe today. So you guys watch the intro while my oil heats up here, and I'll be right back. Alright, so I am back. So first thing we're going to do with this recipe here, like I say, your green BURRO bananas. I sliced up a whole bunch of these with my mandolin here. This is about your size. You can see that. You can slice them thicker if you like, but that works for me. And because BURRO bananas can become mushy, before we just slice them and put them in the pan to bake, I am going to crisp these just a little bit on the outside so they just don't melt together to themselves and become like mashed potatoes when we're cooking them in the oven. So I have my oil heated up here. We're just going to flash fry these just a little bit here, and then we'll move on to our next section here. So let's get started here. You don't want to fry these too hard. You just want them to get a little crispy outside there. Alright, so see, they're not even brown, just a little crispy outside there to give them a little toughness so they don't stick together in the oven. And we'll put these on some paper towels so the oil can dry off. Alright, now I'll do one more batch here for you guys, and then I'll do the rest of these off camera. Alright, so I'm gonna finish frying these up right quick, and I'll be right back. Alright, so I have cooked up all my bananas here. As you can see, they're not dark, they're just a little crisp on the edge so they don't turn mushy in the oven. And we're gonna set that to the side, because now we're gonna go to phase 2. And I got my pot here, and I got about 2 cups of raw sea moss, like the raw, not been blended or anything yet. And I got 2 cups of Brazil nut milk. You can use whatever milk you want. I just happen to have some because I used Brazil nuts yesterday. And we're going to add this to our pot and let it come to a full boil here. Also, I don't know where it's at. Okay. My spoon just walked off. I could have swore I brought it over here. But I got 1/3 of a cup of the not so garlic. You can get this at the Mr. Stay Happy website. I will put this in the description link. I will put the link in the description because we want to make this garlicky. That's the whole point of this, right? Cheesy, garlicky scalloped potatoes. So now I'm just going to let this come to a boil till my sea moss basically dissolves all the way down, and then we'll add the rest of our ingredients. So, be right back. Okay, I'm back. It has been about 45 minutes or so, and my sea moss has dissolved. I don't know if you guys can see that with all that smoke coming out of there. But it's pretty much dissolved down. There is a few little pieces in there, but not enough to worry about. I don't think anybody's going to notice. And let's just see here so y'all can see. See that? There's not that many pieces in there, but if you want, you could blend this if you wanted to make it really smooth to get the sea moss all done, but I'm not. So now we're going to add our other ingredients here. And I just want to say, let me just take a second. I have already turned this down. I just want to say that this technique comes from Alkaline Meal Ideas. I saw her video on her making the mozzarella cheese, and I thought that was a great way to make cheese. So I am doing this. The only thing with her video is there's no exact measurements on her video. So I had to kind of play around with this a couple of times to get the measurements that I like. And I am adding just a couple more ingredients to this, and actually let me just put all the ingredients to this recipe right here, right there, so you guys can see that. And I did add a little more milk to this while I was cooking because I realized I'm gonna need a lot more sauce than what I had originally planned for, so I did add milk. But again, like I say, the exact measurements are the ones that's on the screen. So now we're gonna add a few more things here. Like I have 2 teaspoons of key lime juice. Gonna add that. I got a tablespoon of grapeseed oil. Add that in there. And I got 1 cup of butternut squash puree. This butternut squash was cooked in the oven first, baked, and then I just added about a teaspoon of water to just make it into a smooth puree, and so it won't be thick and chunky in there. And this is 1 cup. Alright, and then all my seasonings here. I got some cayenne pepper, about 1/4 of a teaspoon. I got some onion powder, some sea salt, and green mango powder. The green mango is going to give us that kind of soury taste, bittery taste for our cheese. Alright, we're just going to mix all this up together here, bring it back to a boil, and then we'll add our last ingredient to this. Turn my fire back up here, and I'm just going to whisk all this together, get my butternut squash all mixed in there together. This is going to make, I'm making more or less like a cheddar cheese sauce. Make sure you get any clumps in there out. You don't want clumps of seasoning or clumps of butternut squash for that fact. Alright, so I'm starting to thicken up here a little bit, so now I'm going to add my flour to this so we can get a nice thick cheese. And I have, this is 4 tablespoons of 4 tablespoons of white spelt flour. I'm just going to add a little at a time here so it don't clump up. Alright, so we're all mixed up here and my cheese is starting to thicken up here. So now, as you can see, I did not use all of my flour. I still have probably like a tablespoon and a half in there. So just eyeball it how you want it there. Let me get my baking dish here. I've turned this down on low. Don't want it to be off because you don't want it to stiffen up, but on low there. And let me get my baking dish. Alright, so I have my baking dish here. I have oiled it with a little grapeseed oil. I know it looks dirty, but that's grapeseed oil. And what we're going to do here is just move that so y'all can kind of see. Alright, so we're just going to start lining. We're going to do this in 3 stages. We're going to line our dish with our bananas, and then we're going to add some homemade sour cream. I already have a video for that. You guys can go check that out for the sour cream. And then we'll add a little onion and then the cheese. And you just keep layering like that till you get to the top or you run out of one of them. Both has happened to me. So either way. So here we go. I'm going to do like 2 layers of each because these are not potatoes. So I'm going to have 2 layers for every really row that I have here. Okay, so now I'm going to add my sour cream here. I'm just going to drizzle. I'm not really going to like try to spread this all the way across. Just do a little drizzle. Alright, that's enough of the sour cream on that layer. And now we're going to add our cheese sauce. Alright, use the back of my spoon here to kind of spread that out. Maybe a little bit more. Now, we just repeat the process. Repeat the process. Alright, so my baking dish is all full here, and I just about to use all my bananas, and my cheese sauce, and all my onions are gone. So now we have our alkaline Parmesan cheese, and we're just going to sprinkle some over the top here, just a little bit, because we're going to sprinkle more when it's just about done. We don't want it to brown too much, but I do want a little on top here so it'll soak into my cheese a little bit. Alright, so now I have already preheated my oven to 350 degrees. I am just going to put this in the center rack, and I'm just going to cook it till my cheese starts bubbling a little bit. Everything is already cooked already. We just want to heat it up and make it all congeal together. So I'll be back in probably like 20 minutes. It shouldn't take that long. Be back. Alright, so I'm back. It was in the oven for about 15-20 minutes there. I did add a little more Parmesan cheese on top and let it on broad for a little second just for it to get brown there. So let me just show you guys. See that? It started bubbling, but I done let it cool down a little bit so we can do a little taste test. Alright, so I'm going to start plating this up while Happy is getting ready to come downstairs. Ooh, look at that, look at that.
What you got for me, baby?
This is alkaline garlic, cheesy garlicky scalloped potatoes.
Right on. And look what my alkaline fine wife made for me. Ooh. That shit look good. You look good. Right on. Little piping.
It is piping hot. Alright, so you ready, honey?
Yeah, you go, baby.
Alright, so let's try not to burn our mouths.
Wait up. Alright.
Alright, so let's see here. Get a little bit of everything there. The sour cream, the bananas, cheese, the Parmesan.
Tastes good. Very tasty. Hot dinner. Okay.
See?
This is good. This is rotten potatoes or something?
Scalloped potatoes.
Oh, scalloped potatoes. I said all rotten.
Oh yeah, I like that. It could be all ground potatoes too if you want. Like, I would just use a little less cheese, so, and I wouldn't double the layers of bananas. I would just single layer cheese, single layer cheese.
Good.
Oh yeah. All right.
Oh.
You guys have seen me make cheesy garlic alkaline scalloped potatoes. Give me a thumbs up if you like this recipe. Try it out. Put in the comments below what you think. What different seasons did you use, if you changed it up or added more to it. And subscribe so you can see more of my delicious recipes and get to see this guy.
And
right
share.
Here.
Like.
Share so other people can see it too. And hit the notification bell so you can be the first to see my videos. Also, don't forget to go
my
to
videos too. Nah.
His videos too. Don't forget to go to MrStayHappy.com to get all your alkaline seasonings and sauces. And we also have our beautiful t-shirts and wristbands. But I don't have any on right now.
I do.
I don't got no wristbands on right now. Okay, so until next time, stay happy.
my stress.